Well, hello there. Welcome back. Another video for your viewing pleasure. Today we're going to talk about a defunct, dead game. It's called Arcane Legions. Now, why did I grab all this stuff? Well, I wanted to show you. I'm pretty sure I've already done a video on this. Pretty sure I've already done a video about a booster pack or two. But I wanted to show you guys just how much we got going on here, okay? So first of all, if you like tabletop skirmish games, I want to say very similar to Warhammer. You know, you're getting out your measuring stick, maybe a tech wing kind of stuff. Okay, you know, you're getting out your measuring stick, you're checking out, movement. You're getting army points. This is a good game, very highly rated. The company went out of business because, well, let's face it. My theory is they went the wrong scale. Because these are 20 millimeter scale, as I recall. 18 to 20 millimeter. Now, why are we doing a video on this? If these are too small to mess with, why are we doing a video? Well, the reason is because the monsters, the non-human characters, are not completely out of scale. Okay? And by that I mean they're really big compared to the human-sized characters. So they actually work fine. Now I'm going to give you a real quick, hold that thought. Eva, I know you like to be the star of the show, but let's go over here. I know, honey, I know. All right. So for scale, I brought our old friends from last video. And they're going to help us figure out why in the world have I brought all this stuff out? Why would we care? Okay. Now, keep in mind, I got all this stuff on deep discounts. And if you guys hunt, you can probably find some of it on deep discounts. I'll give you for instance. These two guys were right here. All right. Now, there are 3 factions in this game. One is modeled after the Han. One is modeled after the Romans. And one is modeled after the Greeks / the Huns, it seems like. I mean, that's just what I'm getting off of it. Oh, Egyptians, too. They're all kind of grouped together. It's kind of interesting. So the Egyptians, they team up with the Greeks, so it's like kind of different because you got Egyptians and you've got like centaurs and stuff versus the Romans, who are heavy infantry, and then you got the Han, which are the whole Chinese motif. You'll see when I open these boxes, I got all the monsters in these boxes, neatly organized and bagged. By the way, every game comes with these cool formation cards. And had this game just been pegs, if they had 2 ways they could have went. I think they could have went simpler with meeples. That's it. Little widgets that you plug in to these cards, and there's little stands here. Let's just go ahead and break this open. You'll see what I mean. So this stand's a perfect example. These stands right here. Okay, each of those dragons would go on a stand, and the stands have little post holes in them that these hook into. Okay, now you're going to put your little unit card on top of the stand and then plug the monster in. It's going to have all the stats and it's going to sit on your board. Right? Now, let's immediately look at this. Why are we interested in this? Well, by the way, there's a Sphinx I could not get the Sphinx. The Sphinx was long sold out before I ever got in. I even knew this was a thing. However, if I ever get a hold of one, I'm going to get it just so the completionist in me always wins, right? Okay, so here is the first dragon. There are 2 in this set. Now let's do a 4-scale comparison. Here are our friends. Okay, our monk friends. 2 different takes on what a monk is, huh? So we look at our monk friends and we notice that the dragon is actually quite large and menacing, isn't it? Probably adult size, I would say. Wouldn't you? So 2 adult-sized dragons cost me $5. Kid you not. $5. Now, this little bit, I've done some conversions already. I don't know if I showed you in the last video, but you can easily just cut these off. I use diagonal cutters and smooth it out with a... Hold on, let me get some conversions I've done. Some of them can be more of a pain than others, but let me guess. I put them. Looks like I put them downstairs, guys. I used to have them up here. Ooh, I did convert this, so that will work technically. All of the special sets come with a flag. I thought those flags were pretty cool, so I went ahead and put it on the base. Okay. And cut off. I actually, with this one, I didn't cut it off. I actually used a file to file it off flat. But normally there'd be a little post and it would hook to one of these holes over the card. Okay. I think these flags are pretty cool. I don't know what Water of Life means or any of that, but this is something you can put on your table, your gaming table, and it looks really cool. You could mark out the Water of Life part or whatever you want to do, but it's a nice prop. Nice prop. Again, those packs that I got, I paid $1.30 for. So that flag is, I mean, you could argue it's worth that. Maybe that's a stretch. But when you look at what's inside, I mean, you've got your flag. And you've got your minis. Now, granted, none of these minis are particularly useful. The scale's off. You might be able to cut this guy off of there and use that bear as an armored bear. That would actually be pretty cool. That would be a fun conversion. And actually, if you look at it, it doesn't look like it would take too terribly much, really. Don't cut yourself with the knife. The centaur is way too small. Way too small. And we'll get into that later. There's the centaur. They could be juveniles, but they're all geared up. So, and then you've got your Han-style cavalry, which I believe, if I remember right, the Egyptian faction is best at archery. The Romans have the best infantry. And the Han have the best cavalry. And they all have certain advantages in the game. I've never actually played the game. But to be fair, I spent less than $100. Maybe right at $100. And I got everything except the Sphinx. So if that gives you any idea at what you're looking at here. I did have to order some of the minis from Spain. I found a place in Spain that had them, and I've had to do that a few times. There's been a few games I've had to get from Australia, Spain, and England because they're out of print. But usually the shipping's like $20. So when you calculate, and they were on deep discount, whole cases, guys, with a C, whole cases were like, let me try to remember. I believe the full order cost me $60, and it was for all 3 factions, every mini, pre-painted mini in those sets. So I should have grabbed a knife. Wow, I didn't realize this was going to be so involved. So $60 got me all that, and then the rest I got on Miniature Market, and they were like $3-4 a box. Crazy cheap, guys. The starter set I got downstairs, I didn't bother grabbing it. Although, if I figure something that's in there that I need to show you, I will go down and grab it. But first, let's look at this. This is the, I'm still opening it, the League Booster Pack 2. And in here, these are actually in scale. These could be used for Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, or any other 28mm style game you want. And the reason we can do that is because these are all supposed to be large creatures. They end up being medium to smallish large. But here we go. So, this undead guy, he's supposed to tower. Well, let me show you. Let's grab, well, he still kind of towers over a human-sized creature. Although not a lot, but a little bit. But imagine a 20mm instead of a 28mm. This thing's huge. But, for our purposes, it could be any number of undead. Okay. Here we've got Foo Lion. Or Foo Dog. I can't remember which. The cards are right here, so I guess I could look at them and see. But this is actually a pretty nice little thing, and you could just use it as a statue. And at $1.30 a pack, I mean, how can you lose, right? Here is the Minotaur. It's human size, be about 6 foot tall. So it's your medium-sized Minotaur, like your Krinian Minotaur from Dragonlance. Maybe 6.5 feet tall. Here, let's do a compare and contrast. He's taller than the priest here. So, again, for $1.30, I mean, anything works. This ogre is actually... It's actually large, but it's a little short. A little short. So this could be like an Orog or a short ogre. It's a little on the short side. Let me grab a giant from Bone Sword to give you a comparison. To let you see how short this is. So here's the Hill Giant Huntsman from Bone Sword. You can see how he compares. Now what's funny is the WizKids models are so much bigger. Okay, so a Hill Giant should be taller than an ogre. But should it be this much taller than an ogre? If it was a short ogre. Or an Orog. Point is, it's a pre-painted mini for about $1. By the way, don't use that plastic glue on your miniatures that aren't... actually, it would work great on this set. But it does not work on bones. Just playing with that. Yeah. I mean, I haven't touched this since I glued it, but look at that. It's a done deal. So, I'm going to have to get the super glue out. Easy fix. Now, yeah, there. Look at this. I mean, it's my own dumb fault, though, for using that glue for stuff it wasn't meant for. So, there we go. Back to that again, huh? Now, let's see. Why did I grab... Oh, this is pack 1. Pack 1. So let's put pack 2 back. Now, did you see that cool flag that came with pack 2? All right. We got to get moving, guys. So, here's the deal. If you like Caratur, you're going to love Arcane Legions because the possibilities are endless. Literally. It's insane. Let me see if we can find some of those real quick. I mean, it is really cool. Cool beads. All right, so you like Corinne? Here's a whole bag of Corinne. Like I said, I got all the pre-painteds for $60. So everything. You want Yetis? There's some Yetis. Same size about as that ogre. So perfectly fine in scale. Work great. You want crazy Bukkake lady? Here she is. And if you look, because she's meant to be, I mean, she's out of scale, but you know, you might be able to pass this off on the table because look at all that hair. She could just be a really short woman. Most of these will not work, but this one I think you could make work if you look at it. Yeah, I think that might work. I mean, she looks a little small compared to the friar here, though. But Bukkake lady, you might be able to pull her off. The Corinnes are small, but you know what? That's okay. Here's the Arctic version of that same ogre we had before. It's the same exact sculpt, different paint job. Ooh, these guys here. I mean, these. You ever see the Nelgoy monster? Look no further. Here they are, guys. All the Nelgoy you ever wanted. Well, 3 of them. I got more. I'm reasonably sure I've got more, but 3 Nelgoy. Oh, our little foo lions, foo dogs, whatever they are. There's 2 separate paint jobs. You saw the first one. Here's the second one. And again, this is perfectly usable. If you look here, I'll put it next to our D&D guy. And I'll use both paint jobs for you to show you. This is one of the better minis because that's perfect right there. That's, I mean, on 20 millimeter, they're huge, and in this game, they're, you know, big, large, fine, look fine on the table. That's it for this box on usable minis. There's a whole bunch of, let me show you real quick what the little tiny dinky 20 millimeter guys look like. Again, these are totally, unless you were doing gnome ninjas, right? Not working, right? You see that? Not going to work. Don't nobody need a 20 millimeter ninja. But for this game, they're fine. I haven't painted any of the generic guys like that. If I ever play the game, I might get around to that. They're not going to get fancy paint jobs, I can tell you that. Alright, let's see what we got in here. I don't think there's a lot of Roman stuff that's useful. You might be able to get away with these guys because they're meant to be really tall. So let's do a comparison. I mean, still, I mean, they're like 5'4". Could they work? Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and say it. These will work fine on your table for short guards that aren't very intimidating. But most of them, not so much. These Centurions would actually work too. Same deal. Going to be about 5'4", short guys. But they work. They're. You could say, oh, these people, they don't have a good diet. They're stunted. But everybody else, not going to work. They're all way too tiny. They're the same size as that ninja. I'm trying to find anything else that might work. Nah, it's not good, guys. The Roman faction, once I got it in hand, I was like, I could have done without it. The Cyclopses, though, are pretty cool. So, but I can't remember if they're the Egyptian faction. I mean, look, guys. way too small, but a really cool mini. I mean, the paint jobs aren't amazing, but they're not terrible either for what they are. Oh, here we go. This is useful. So, Warforged, right? You like Warforged? Well, I got bags and bags of Warforged. All the Warforged. And there's 2 different paint jobs on these. Pennies per mini. Yeah, pennies per mini, guys. Warforged. The wolves, they won't work for wolves, but they're perfect for jackals. Yeah. Perfect jackals. Yep, jackals all day. Here, let me show you in right? Or, you know, could be a German Shepherd. Smallish German Shepherd, a mutt. But the point is, this is a usable mini. This is not a waste of time. Most of these are a waste of time. That's the Roman stuff, guys. There's Minotaurs in the Roman stuff, and they are perfectly useful. They're the exact same Minotaurs we saw before. So they stand about 6 foot tall in 28 millimeter scale. Everything else, but they're meant to be really big in this game, so that's why they work. All right, we're getting a little long on this video, but that's okay. I got a lot of stuff. It's been a while since I made a video, so let's see. Here's another Han box. I believe this is the Cavalry box. Oh, here we go. Yeah, these are cool. Like I said, the coolest stuff was in the Han stuff. Because, like I said, if you like Caratur, you know, look at this weird little ghost. Translucent. Weird little headless ghost. Okay? And the fact that it's headless kind of obscures the fact that it's out of scale. Or it could just be undead gnomes. Weird, creepy undead gnomes. Anyway, there's 3 of those in the... So, yeah. A non-corporal undead creature. Can you ever have too many of those? Here's some more cool ones. These could be elementals. Or, again, non-corporal undead. Here we go. Look like they're made of fire. And what they could be spirits, storm spirits or something. And the scaling on those, again, they're not bad. Not bad. Not terrible. A lot of these are specific heroes and such. And, of course, there's the little ninja guys, which are useless. Unless, again, you want gnome ninjas running around with top knives. A little crazy leprechaun. I don't care for the weapon. It looks like that stupid Klingon weapon. I forget what it's called. But the movement sculpt thing, whatever, the whirlwind effect, that's pretty cool. So if you wanted to have a gnome ninja, that would be actually a pretty cool mini. And you probably need a little paint job. This one's all by himself, so he must be some specific hero. He's tiny, so we're gonna... Alright, this is another really cool ogre-looking dude. And he's about the same size as the other one. Totally different sculpt, though. Got him an axe. He looks pleasant. You know, he looks like a happy, just a happy ogre. Here's some little wise men, but again, completely useless, 20 millimeter. But there you go. Here's a guy levitating. Again, you could have a gnome monk levitating. Little gnome monk. Here's General. Anyway, lots of archers. Oh, here's some more of those Warforged. Warforged. This is a different sculpt, totally different mini. Or they could be golems. There's two of these. Oh, these are mercenaries. Yeah, these packs are mercenaries. So they're like the ones that can go with any faction, as I recall. But you have to pay, you know, extra war points or some such thing. Alright, yeah, and you can tell by the letter. M means mercenary. H means Han. E means Egyptian, I think. And you get the point. R is Roman. Alright. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. This siege engine is another one of the... It's a pair of siege engines. Okay. Pair of siege engines. And we're just going to grab one out of the box here. And again, this is... perfectly usable. Perfectly usable in your D&D game. As you can see, our 28mm guy actually fits right in there. Doesn't look out of scale. The wheel's about the right size. These were going for like $4. So $2 a mini. Because you get two of them in the pack. So I think I bought 2 sets. I'd have to go down and check, but I'm pretty sure I bought 2 sets because why not? Why not? I mean, look at this setup. Huh? You travel through the battlefield. You see the lone brave warrior firing his ballista at the dragon. Or the giant cat. Let's fire at the giant cat. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew. All right. Anyway, we got a couple more boxes and then we're done. All right. Ooh, Egyptian stuff. All right. Some centaurs. Some lions that might be useful if you cut the riders off. So if you cut those riders off, those actually might be useful. But that's a lot of work, and lion minis aren't exactly... Here's some goblins. They're supposed to be orcs. But in this scale, they're goblins. Let's pull one out. Make fine goblins. If you're lacking goblins, I'd just get the 1M14 out of the, I believe it's the Egyptian stuff. Goblin assassins. Like I said, they're supposed to be orcs, but come on, man. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Lots of really cool Egyptians. There's some undead in the set. I'll go ahead and show you those. There's several sculpts on them. Various undead units. Mummies. Now, they're too small for 28mm, but if you wanted... If you wanted to, if you really cared, You can put these out. Come on. Let's move this stuff and see if it'll focus. That's not working out well at all. All right, we'll go to drastic measures. Well, let's just say it's actually not nearly as lame looking in real life as it did on the video there. Alright, I don't see anything else particularly useful in this box. Like I said, everything's 20 millimeter. So the centaurs are too small. The Egyptians, they're too small. If you want Egyptian style gnomes, you're in business here. Another situation where, well, it could be a goblin riding a tiger. This one actually works. A goblin riding a tiger. And of course, it's supposed to be an orc, but it's way too small to be an orc. It's perfect size for a goblin, though. Here are those cyclopses we talked about earlier. Yeah, our friends, the cyclopses. They are a bit small. So this would be a... Let's do this. This would be a slightly larger than human size cyclops. So if that's something you can use, this is the mini for you. Okay, so if you're looking like, you remember that movie Krull? K-R-U-L-L? That Cyclops? Yeah, like that. You could have that. You're not going to have a standard D&D Cyclops. Alright, there's some Sphinxes here. They're all small, but, I mean, it could be something. Some sort of minor opponent, some sort of lesser Sphinx. There's a couple of those, so that could be used. There's another set of Sphinxes here. These have lion and goat heads, so I'm not a Sphinx expert, but yeah, it's a lion with a goat head. And, you know, it's a little small, but you could call this creature the